He's appeared in films like Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and the hit HBO series Watchmen. And now he's out with his second novel, Superhero, which examines one of Hollywood's most popular genres. And you can buy it now by scanning the QR code on your screen. This morning, Tim's here to share more with us. Tim, good morning.
Good morning.
You spent so much time on sets. What gave you the idea to write this book, Superhero?
Well, you're supposed to write about what you know, yeah? And so I certainly know about movie sets and being on movie sets, and also how and why movies get made, because I also write and direct movies. The superhero movie is such a phenomenon, both in our country and worldwide, in terms of projecting American culture, that I felt like if I took a really specific look at the making of a superhero movie, I could also examine broader issues of where we are right now culturally and spiritually as a country.
So as people read the book, are you making an opinion about superhero franchises?
No. In fact, I love being in superhero movies, and I love going to the multiplex and watching them big on the screen, which is how movies should be viewed. There's nothing like being in a movie theater and seeing a big tentpole movie. And Marvel and DC, they make extraordinary films, great entertainments.
You had mentioned that it can sort of be a touchstone and talk about where we are socially, culturally. What do you mean by that? When
you have this phenomenon that's as pervasive as the multi-billion-dollar industry that is just superhero movies that the studios have undertaken and created, I think it's important to ask, why did that happen in America? And how did it happen in America? And what caused it to project American hegemony worldwide? And so when you start interrogating it in that way, then suddenly you're asking questions not just about superhero movies, but about American identity. And so this novel is meant to explore the many facets of that.
And you say you write about what you know. The protagonists are married. Did you interject aspects of your own marriage into the book?
Well, yeah, I guess spiritually I did. But my wife and I are not business partners. That's one area of my life that I don't share directly with her. But I do look at married life as something that isn't separate from my professional life, but rather coheres with it.
There is big news with Netflix appearing to have won the winning bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. This will represent a huge consolidation in the movie and streaming business. Do you have any thoughts on particularly this merger or the path of the industry moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I am not someone who fights change, particularly in a capitalist country. So if this merger goes forward, and I have every reason to believe it will, I have to look at it as ultimately a good thing, because it means that our industry is evolving. In my tiny corner of it, in probably what's most important to me in my life, which is the making of independent films, I'm interested most of all in protecting that. But independent films can only happen if there's a healthy industry to support them. I think that a robust set of streaming platforms, and Netflix is obviously one of them, is going to be good for independent cinema because they need content. I also want to protect independent cinema being seen in movie theaters, and I do hope that companies like Netflix will support that. And so if they do end up buying Warner Brothers, I hope that Warner Brothers' robust theatrical component will persist.
All right. Well, we appreciate your perspective on that, Tim Blake Nelson. Thank you. His novel Superhero is available now. You can scan the QR code on your screen to purchase it today.